Mr. Potato Reviews, you seem troubled. What is wrong?
Thinking about what I can do for the Christmas review, I've got nothing currently, and I mean, it's tomorrow, and I just need a quick idea, something nice and easy to do.
What about the Star Wars Holiday Special?
I mean, I would, but I just can't bring myself to do that right now. I mean, it will have its time.
If not that, then how about a nostalgic game? Maybe that will get you in the spirit?
Yeah, that could work. Perfect. This shall do. When it came to deciding what I was going to review or look at for the Christmas special, I had no idea. I was thinking Star Wars Christmas Story, but then I couldn't truly bring myself to do that, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to save that for some other year, some time where I can bring myself to see that.
You're like family to me.
So I thought, what better than to take a look at one of the most nostalgic games of all time for me, LEGO Island 2. Created in 2001 by the company known as Silicon Dreams, LEGO Island 2 was a successor to the earlier game, LEGO Island, the first ever LEGO game. Take that into consideration. Just think about how many LEGO games there are now, and then you look back, that was the first. Sure, it wasn't anything fantastic. I mean, lots of people still like it due to nostalgia, but when you compare it to the games that we have now, for obvious reasons, we can achieve a lot more. But LEGO Island 2 was one of those games that started to add somewhat of an open world to LEGO games. LEGO Island 2 follows a main character known as Pepperoni! I picked this game up many years ago when I was much younger and decided that it would be best to play it on my Windows XP computer. And amazingly, it did work. And man, did I have a blast with this game. This game was part of my childhood. A huge amount was taken up by LEGO, let alone the LEGO games themselves. And let me tell you, playing through it again, not only is it a nostalgia ride, but it's definitely something, very interesting. Now, of course, nostalgia will be getting in the way a lot here, so, I can't really argue with that. Nostalgia will be there. But enough of that, let's get straight into the game and feel that nostalgia once again. I do recall the loading times being quite long. Yeah, even to this day, this is still one of my biggest problems with the game. The loading times take a long time. Even for back in 2001, this long was a long time for games. I mean, how long does it take to load up? Finally, some progress. And does this bring back the memories? And into another loading screen!
2 hours later. Well, knock me over and call me deconstructed. If it isn't Pepper, the dude with the food.
Even with nostalgia, the graphics haven't exactly aged the best. Especially on the PS2 version. Oh my... Pepper, what have they done to you? Okay, if I've ever seen a demon, that there is a demon. I am sorry, that is a demon. Just burn it, please burn it. That is not the character I know from the PC version. That's slightly better, and I can't cut the cutscenes. I can't cut the cutscenes. I can't cut the cutscenes. Alas, I'm getting ahead of myself. This character here is Pepperoni.
Pepper!
Better get used to his annoying voice and, well, arguably awful lines.
Wait! You didn't pay for your pizza!
Because, well, you're playing as him for the rest of the game, and, he's gonna make you lose brain cells. And oh boy, is the, voice acting not the best for this game. I know I'm getting ahead of myself a bit, but, scripting as well could use some work. I'm sorry, Silicon Dreams, please get a better script writer. When first going back into Lego Island 2, I didn't actually keep to the main quest. I just ventured around the island for a bit and discovered something which I had completely forgotten about. You see, number one, the controls for this are awful. That's right, instead of WASD, you have to use the arrow keys. For the skateboard it is control, for jump it is alt, and talking is shift. Okay? But that's not the worst part. When you press enter, it changes part of the world or somebody, and this is brilliant because I can completely personalize the island into my own, and make every single person my soldiers. The island features many different characters, some good characters, others not so much.
Rob, I got your pizza here.
Pepper, I haven't forgotten your chili surprise.
Oh no. There is a weird balance in this game of good to bad. I mean, looking back on it now, I can definitely see the problems. But back then, when I was much younger, I just thought the game was amazing. It blew away my mind. The island as well features many different vehicles. You know, you got your usual boats, you get helicopters which you can drive from the get-go, and then you've got the cars, which for some... No, Pepper, stop! Pepper. He was so beautiful before the accident. Oh, wait, hang. Okay. The plot for the game itself is fairly simple. The character named the Brickster, who is meant to be the bad guy of the series, breaks out of jail, and it's your job to go and catch him. In order to catch him, you have to follow the Brickster onto two different islands, the first being Castle Island, and then the second one being Adventurers Island. On these islands are also mini-games in order to progress through the story. Some of these are really good, like a jungle plane section, and a castle cannon fire attack, and there's some really bad ones, one being a whack-a-mole rip-off, and the other one being a fishing game. Oh, are we having fun yet? To put the ending simple, the Brickster steals your mother and father.
No!
So you go into space to go get them back on the planet Ogle, which if you haven't noticed is backwards for Lego, and then you come home, everybody's happy, the Brickster's in jail. Okay, we can all go home now, thank you very much! Lego Island is still one of my favourite all-time games as a kid. It has a mixed soundtrack but has some great songs, graphics that are better in some places than others but still stays true to my heart, and some mixed but definitely memorable characters.
Chili surprise!
The gameplay is interesting and was new for its time, and I've gotta give LEGO a hand for giving what is, to me, one of my favourite LEGO games minus one. All in all, setting nostalgia aside, I do have to bring up some of the problems. Some of the mini-games are, to put it plainly, awful, whilst others are better. There are some boring parts in the game, and some interesting parts. Like I said, some of the characters are badly written, and the graphics can be dodgy at times. Nevertheless, this game still stays true to what it set out to be. A LEGO game set on an island. The islands are interesting, and the vehicles are fairly interesting. What I like is that it does give you some freedom, and that is nice, seeing as most of the LEGO games at this point are standalone just stories. But that may be just because it was one of my first LEGO games, and like I said, nostalgia holds a strong place in my heart for this game. In conclusion, I give LEGO Island 2 a 6.9 out of 10. Okay, so how was that?
It was awful.
Have a good Christmas, everyone. Hope you all having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in a few days with hopefully a new review on a certain film that I'm very excited to get done. Merry Christmas from me, Merry Christmas from Potato, Merry Christmas from Pepper, and Merry Christmas from Rob.
Chili surprise!